In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Beneficent. Now with today's main headlines. France to stop funding largest Muslim high school amid fears of wider crackdown. In Afghanistan, infectious respiratory disease outbreaks amid UN warnings of fatal winter for unsheltered Afghans. New book in English provides brief biography of Imam al-Mahdi. In Pakistan, terrorist attacks killed 23 soldiers, 3 MQMP workers shot dead over alleged land disputes. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, this is Amir Maash and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. Private school Averroes, the first Muslim high school to open in mainland France in 2003 in the northern city of Lille, has more than 800 pupils and has been under contract with the state since 2008. Pupils follow the regular French curriculum and are also offered religion classes. But in an October report, the Interior Ministry local office claimed the school was suffering from administrative and financial dysfunction and that some teaching did not align with French Republican values, as the Interior Ministry's local office declines to provide more details on the contract termination. Many Muslims feel France has become more hostile towards them. To discuss this further, we have with us Mohammed Cyrus from Vancouver. Assalamu alaikum. How can the decision be interpreted within the current anti-Islam climate dominating the country?
There are two different topics. Unfortunately, the media are not quite.
Sorry, we have technical issues right now. Continuing on. According to WHO, the total count stands at 2,513, with the vast majority of 82.2% of the deaths recorded being children. The scope of the health issue is further illustrated by the overall number of cases registered across Afghanistan since January 2023, which stands at 1.2 million. The situation may only deteriorate during the upcoming winter, as the United Nations Refugee Agency is sounding the alarm over the risk of Afghans perishing in severe winter conditions if they lack proper shelter upon crossing the border from Pakistan. UN Women highlighted additional challenges for Afghan women and girls leaving Pakistan, dealing with the Taliban restrictions that may affect their mobility and access to information and services without a male relative. Similar concerns were expressed after October's deadly earthquake in Afghanistan's west. A book entitled The Divine Saviour was published by Jam Quran for publication and English translation as a brief biography of Imam Mahdi, may Allah Almighty hasten his honourable reappearance, which is intended to be distributed in Western countries. According to the publishing house, the summary highlights the many positive qualities of the Imam, namely his knowledge, piety, generosity, patience, virtue, morals, and the great divine roles entrusted to him in the end of time. The publishing house added that the book, through its religious content, helps Shia Muslims in general and even non-Muslims who speak English to learn more about the hidden Imam, may Allah Almighty hasten his honourable reappearance, pointing out the need to provide such an accessible overview as it is rich in information based on the basic sources and narrations of Shia Islam. Let's remind our viewers of today's headlines. France to stop funding largest Muslim high school amid fears of wider crackdown. In Afghanistan, infectious respiratory disease outbreaks amid UN warnings of fatal winter for unsheltered Afghans. New book in English provides brief biography of Imam al-Mahdi. Also tonight, Indian court confirms end of special status for Kashmir. A six-man suicide squad drove an explosive-laden truck into military camp in northwest Pakistan on Tuesday, killing at least 23 soldiers, the army said, the heaviest death toll in a single attack in years, less than 2 months ahead of elections. The attack occurred in the remote district of Dera Ismail Khan on the edge of lawless tribal regions bordering Afghanistan, the army said in a statement, adding all 6 attackers were killed in an ensuing battle. In another incident, 3 persons said to be associated with the Muttahida Qawmi movement in Pakistan were shot dead in Machar colony over what police described as a land dispute on Monday. However, the MQMP alleged that its workers were attacked by rival PPP men and demanded their arrest forthwith. And now we continue with some short news. Thousands of species of freshwater fish are at risk of extinction, the International Union for Conservation of Nature said in a Monday report released at the United Nations Climate Conference in Dubai. The organization assessed just under 15,000 species and found 25% face possible extinction, blaming it on climate change, rising sea levels, pollution, overfishing, invasive species, disease, dams and water extraction. More than 180 high-level officials and experts have nominated the 53-year-old jailed Uyghur academic and blogger Ilham Tohti to receive the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize, citing his role as the true symbol of the Uyghur people's fight for freedom under Chinese rule in Xinjiang. The nomination includes signatures from ministers, parliamentarians, university rectors and professors from countries including Canada, Japan, Rwanda, Australia, Paraguay, Turkey and France. Tohti was sentenced to life in prison on September 23, 2014, following a 2-day show trial on charges of promoting separatism. According to a new United Nations report released today, Myanmar has become the world's top producer of opium, overtaking Afghanistan in 2023. The UN Office on Drugs and Crime said on Tuesday that that 95% decline in opium cultivation in Afghanistan after a drug ban by the Taliban in 2022 has seen global supplies shift to Myanmar, where political, social and economic instability brought about by a 2021 coup drove many to poppy farming. Shia Rights Watch condemned the recent terrorist operations that targeted innocent civilians in the town of Nabal and Zara, north of the Syrian city of Aleppo, calling on the official authorities to shoulder their responsibility to protect civilians. The organization said in a statement viewed by Shia Waves agency that it received documented data indicating the killing and injury of more than 23 civilians in shelling by the terrorist organization of the Nusra Front that targeted the towns of Nabal and Zara, most of whom were women and children. A large group of protesters from the Alevi community in Istanbul, Turkey, demanded the government increase their political representation and grant them full rights to provide Alevi religious education in schools, as well as allow them to build places of worship. The number of Alevis in Turkey is estimated at around 12.5 million, the majority of whom follow the Shia sect. They have repeatedly complained of state discrimination and demanded rights such as recognition of their places of worship. India's Supreme Court has upheld the government's decision to revoke special status for the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The region has been at the heart of more than 75 years of animosity between India and Pakistan since the two countries became independent from British rule in 1947. The Kashmir region is divided between India, which rules the populous Kashmir Valley, and the Hindu-dominated region of Jammu. Pakistan controls a wedge of territory in the west, and China holds a thinly populated, high-altitude area in the north. To discuss this further, we have with us Sheikh Mustafa Adib from Lucknow. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykhna. What is the significance of the court ruling in the context of the controversial general election in India?
Assalamu wa rahmatullah. Well, first, I would like to say that the Supreme Court's verdict in upholding the abrogation of Jammu Kashmir special status according to Article 37, it's merely a judicial difference, but it's not only it represents merely judicial difference, but a retreat from court's own position on federalism and democratic norms. So this decision by the court has strongly undermined the constitutional procedure of the constitution and also benefited the ruling party, as well as it also rejected the stand and strong argument from the petitioners, especially that the point that the government acted as a mala fide manner by imposing precedent rule first of all, and then without any involvement of any elected representative from Jammu and Kashmir, they have all these verdicts and they have given amended the law and they have changed the status.
How can this decision affect the political landscape of the India-Pakistan relations?
Well, the main cause of Indian-Pakistan conflict is on Kashmir. That Pakistan has been saying that the Kashmir should be a part of Pakistan or it must be independent state. And the main thing is that there have been two times going on war in Pakistan because of Kashmir. So it's going to be a very, very a great thing, and it will be a huge thing between the two countries. And the special thing should be that the opinion of the Kashmiri people is not clear till now. There is no referendum there. There is no one speaking from their side. So it should be brought in light. What did the Kashmiris want? So that the decision should be made according to the likely of the Kashmiri people, especially.
And lastly, what implications can the ruling have for the majority Muslim population of this region?
Well, it can change dramatically, and the demographic system of the Kashmir can change very disastrously because it will allow the others, Indian state and other citizens of India, to buy lands there, and they might go there and buy a lot of land, just like in any other part of India, and that might change very much the demographic position of the population, and many considered by the current government in the center and other working bodies of the right wing, that they go there, invest there, and settle the other religion there, so that the consequences and the voting ability of the Muslims in that area and the other means of Muslims. It is the only state with the Muslim majority in India. So this will bring many consequences, and it is up to the Jammu Kashmir peoples that they act internal harmony, and they act according to the law, and they act with the vision, so that they can uphold these things and get away from this act by the government of the central India.
Thank you very much, Sheikh.
Thank you very much.
The engineering and technical department at Imam Ali Holy Shrine has begun the first phase of the project to replace the roof of the northern side of the outer perimeter of the Holy Shrine. Mustafa Moheba, head of department, told Shia Waves agency the second phase of the work, which covers an area of 6,500 square meters, will be completed afterwards. He also confirmed that a study is underway to cover the areas of the new extension in the future phases. For his part, the project supervisor, engineer Ali Al-Akhaishi, said the work is continuing and is expected to be completed within 60 days. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our viewers of today's headlines. France to stop funding largest Muslim high school amid fears of wider crackdown. In Afghanistan, infectious respiratory disease outbreaks amid UN warning of fatal winter for unsheltered Afghans. New book in English provides brief biography of Imam al-Mahdi. In Pakistan, terrorist attack kills 23 soldiers, 3 MQMP workers shot dead over alleged land dispute. Indian court confirms end of special status for Kashmir. Imam Ali Holy Shrine begins roofing project of northern perimeter of Holy Shrine. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. We pray to Allah Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum.
Jiddu, I need to tell you a secret. I had an exam today and I cheated on the exam, and to be honest, I feel like it's eating me up inside.